set at the crossroads of three continents. The land known today as Israel has been a stage for some of humanity's most defining stories. In the next few minutes, we will travel back in time, tracing its evolution from legendary patriarchs to the bustling towns of the medieval era. The earliest layers of Israel's history emerge in the Bronze Age, when nomadic groups roamed the southern Levant. Biblical tradition records the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who, according to the Genesis narrative, received a divine promise of land. While the historicity of these figures remains debated, archaeological evidence from the 20th century excavations at sites such as Jericho confirms the presence of settled communities by the Late Bronze Age, 1550 to 1200 BCE. The biblical books of Samuel, Kings, and Chronicles describe a united kingdom under Saul, David, and Solomon. Modern scholarship places the emergence of a centralized polity in the early Iron Age, 12th to 10th centuries BCE. The Solomonic building boom, most famously the First Temple in Jerusalem, left a material imprint only partially attested in the archaeological record. Nonetheless, the era marks the crystallization of a distinct Israelite identity, expressed through language, cult, and a nascent legal system. After Solomon's death, the kingdom split. Israel in the north, with its capital at Samaria, and Judah in the south, retaining Jerusalem. Over the next 2 centuries, Israel fell under the expanding shadow of the Assyrian Empire. In 722 BCE, the Assyrians captured Samaria, deporting many inhabitants, a pivotal event that contributed to the 10 Lost Tribes legend. Judah, meanwhile, survived longer, navigating a delicate balance of tribute and autonomy. The turning point arrived in 586 BCE, when Nebuchadnezzar II's Babylonian forces razed Jerusalem, destroyed the First Temple, and deported the Judean elite to Babylon. This Babylonian exile became a formative experience, reshaping religious practice and literature. Prophetic voices, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and later the authors of the Deuteronomistic history, interpreted the catastrophe as divine punishment, laying the groundwork for post-exilic identity. The fall of Babylon to Cyrus the Great of Persia in 539 BCE ushered a new chapter. The Persian decree allowed the exiles to return and rebuild the temple. During this period, many biblical texts were edited and canonized, and the community reorganized under the priestly class, with figures such as Ezra and Nehemiah overseeing religious and civil reforms. Alexander's conquest in 332 BCE introduced Hellenistic culture to the region. After his death, the Seleucid dynasty ruled Judea, encouraging the spread of Greek language and customs. Tensions culminated in the Maccabean Revolt, a successful uprising led by the priestly Hasmonean family. Their victory restored Jewish religious autonomy and produced an independent Hasmonean kingdom that lasted over a century, a rare period of native sovereignty in the post-exilic era. In 63 BCE, the Roman general Pompey seized Jerusalem, turning Judea into a client kingdom and later a province. Under Herod the Great, the Second Temple was vastly expanded, a monumental undertaking that symbolized both Roman patronage and Jewish religious centrality. The period also saw the composition of critical texts, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls, reflecting the diversity of Jewish thought on the eve of the Common Era. Following the Christianization of the Roman Empire, the region, renamed Palestina, experienced a gradual shift in demographic and religious composition. While Judaism persisted, Christianity flourished, prompting the construction of monumental churches in Jerusalem, Nazareth, and the Galilee. By the 6th century, the Byzantine administration oversaw a relatively stable but increasingly Christianized landscape, with Jewish communities confined largely to the Galilee and certain urban enclaves. The decisive transformation occurred in 638 CEE, when the Rashidun Caliphate, led by Umar ibn al-Khattab, captured Jerusalem. Islamic rule introduced new administrative structures, while allowing people of the Book, Jews and Christians, to maintain their places of worship under the dhimmi system. Over the next 3 centuries, the city became a focal point of pilgrimage and trade. The Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem later imposed Latin Christian dominance, building formidable fortresses and reshaping the urban fabric. Yet Jewish presence endured, especially in the coastal towns of Ashkelon and Safed. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe.